Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Our title is Content Analysis on the Integration of Faith and Learning in the Undergraduate General Course Syllabus of a Faith-Based Institution. And I want to introduce my other groupmate. We have Mom Ajay, Mom Rini, and me, Zhongyi. We hope you will like our presentation. What is integration of faith and learning? And what is the difference between Adventist education and others? Education is an important part of people's lives. Parents send their children to school for the belief that education can improve the family's status. So how about Adventist education? With its philosophy to restore in man God's lost image through the development of different faculties. The Adventist education different from others. How about our curriculum? Our Adventist curriculum includes small group activities, weekly prayer, dormitory worship, congregation worship, and other religious activities to ensure that the spiritual connectedness of the students. Integration of faith and learning is what makes Christian education unique to develop Christian worldview and understand faith. Integration of faith and learning is practical, is practiced in faith-based institutions.
Allow me to explain the 4 strategies and 12 methods in a way that is easy to understand. Contextual, meaning from the context. The methods involved here are tactical, or the things that are descriptive and political in nature. Adventist is attached to Adventist school names for people to know that it is run by the Adventist Church. Ornamental are the decorations we put in our classrooms like Bible texts or quotes or picture of Jesus. Environmental are more of the hidden curriculum like the philosophy, mission, and vision. The next strategy is illustrative, which means to illustrate faith and values through the use of analogies, stories or narrations, and examples. Conceptual, on the other hand, means to put faith and values into concept, like using verses and quotes during lessons, which is the most common, that is textual, or it could also be by using a theme for the whole lesson, theme of peace, value, love, etc. And the last is emphasizing the value of ethics and good character, which falls under valuative method. The last strategy is experiential strategy. Experiential means putting IFL into experience. Personal method here means creating a more genuine personal relationship with the students and allowing them to have a closer relationship with God. Interrelational, from the word inter and relation, it means to harmoniously work with and relate with other people. Finally, declarative method is more on witnessing for Christ and setting an example to be a living witness for the Lord.
For the research gap, the first application of IFL is really a long-term problem, and there's no studying AUP undergraduate general education courses. And the last one, limited literature about IFL in the SDA content. So our objective is very simple but important. We have two. The first, define the IFL strategies incorporated in the undergraduate general course syllabus. According to the categories, Taylor's classification of IFL strategies, general education courses, and internal requirements. And the second one, determine what IFL strategies are implemented in the undergraduate general education course classes. This study employed qualitative research, designed specifically case study, which was done through content analysis. Total sampling technique was used to gather the 21 undergraduate general education syllabus. The main method used in the study in content analysis. For triangulation, the researchers interviewed 10 among the 18 teachers teaching the undergraduate general courses.
After scrutinizing the 21 syllabi, the researchers found out that the top three strategies present in the syllabi are experiential, contextual, and conceptual strategies. As you can see, interrelational method was the most present, which was used 64 times, because most teachers include collaborative learning as a teaching method in the classroom. Tactical method is 58 times present. It is because it is a protocol to include the PMV, or philosophy, mission, vision, course outcomes, and other course rules in each syllabus. Finally, valuative method, which is under conceptual strategy, is used 54 times because of the integral part of the syllabi where ethics, good values, and moral character should be apparent. On the other hand, analogous, ornamental, and environmental methods were the least used due to the fact that these methods are observed beyond the syllabi. For the general education core courses with 8 subjects, interrelational, tactical, and valuative are the most common methods present in the syllabi, while narrative and thematic are the least. This result implies that most of the teachers value teacher-to-student relationship and student-to-student relationship. They also appreciate the importance of good values and model Christ-like character. However, in the interview with teachers 1, 13, 14, 16, and 18, they all mentioned that they usually integrate faith and learning in the class using Bible texts and inspirational quotes from the spirit of prophecy or from famous philosophers and personalities. This integration falls under textual method, which is under conceptual strategy, which was only used 6 times among all the core courses syllabi. Now, For the general education required courses, this table shows that the teachers utilized conceptual strategies the most. Textual 36 times, valuative 16 times, and thematic 13 times. Some of the teachers also used interrelational method and tactical method. However, none of the syllabi mentioned ornamental, environmental, analogous, and personal methods. Textual, being the most used in the required courses, was proven correct by Teacher 3, mentioning that Bible texts and quotes from Prophetess White were integrated in the class. Teacher 3 also mentioned that she tells Bible stories and relates the stories to the present time, which shows that Teacher 3 is among those teachers who employ exemplary method in the classroom. Let us now talk about the internal requirements. Internal requirements are the required courses imposed by the university as part of its identity as a faith-based institution. On this table, we will discuss the religion courses. This table presents that in the religion courses, each method was utilized except environmental. The table also shows that the religion teachers utilized experiential strategies the most. The religion teachers thought it is not enough for students to just know about God. They must know God personally. It is insufficient for students to describe the faith construct alone. Faith must be experienced in their lives. The test of effectiveness of Bible teaching is in the lifestyle that the Bible student adopts. Bible teaching encourages a sound application of biblical principles in one's relationships and life, according to Shipton and Takeuchi 2013. According to Teacher 10, integrating faith and learning is not hard for Bible courses because there are a lot of values that they can use to teach students. In a study conducted by Kaul et al. 2017, it was found out that the course instructors who are teaching philosophy and religion are more likely to use IFL in the class. Another internal requirement is the vocational course. There were only 2 courses under vocational. In the 2 courses, all 4 strategies are present. However, personal and tactical methods are mostly used, which were 5 times present in the course syllabi. Valuative and exemplary methods were also utilized, which were 4 times present in the syllabi. We can see in the table that although all the strategies were used, environmental, analogous, narrative, thematic, and declarative weren't present. It is because these methods were usually implemented in the classroom and they are not usually seen or present in the course syllabi. During the interview with the 2 teachers teaching vocational courses, both of them mentioned the use of Bible texts and still the quotes from Mrs. White, which is under textual method. Taylor's model implies that after contextualizing IFL through what is already there, like tactical, ornamental, and environmental things, it should be illustrated through analogies, narratives, and examples. After showing illustrations of faith and values, it aimed to let the learners conceptualize what they have already learned from the illustrations through texts, themes, and values. The final phase is experiencing the positive changes brought about by such integration through internalization or personal method, connecting with others or interrelational method, and witnessing for the Lord or declarative method to bring people to God's feet. Among the most commonly implemented strategies in the classroom is contextual strategy, and under it, the most common method is textual method. According to Teacher 1, we incorporate the lesson through Bible verses and inspirational words of inspiration from Ellen White. Teacher 6 also mentioned that the IFL I am using in class are memory verse and quotations from the writings of Ellen White, which proves that both of them are using textual method. Next one is illustrative strategy. And under illustrative strategy, analogous method is the mostly used method. Teacher 14 mentioned that people should see beauty in the ugly things. God's character and love can be seen in the principles of art and the beauty of nature, which she always tells the students. Teacher 18 mentioned that illustrating the sequence through the number of petals and comparing sets with marriage principles are some ways to impart to his or her classes the goodness of the Lord. Moreover, Teacher 10 said that in talking about decisions and choices, it should always lead to heaven or hell. Teacher 10 also mentioned that integration actually is leading them or the students to a situation where they are going to call attention to make choices, making them aware that life is not a series of chances, but life is a series of choices. The last commonly implemented strategy in the classroom, according to the teachers we have interviewed, is the experiential strategy. And in the experiential strategy, personal method is the most common. Other teachers implement IFL in the class by sharing personal experiences or asking students to share their own experiences about the goodness of the Lord in their lives. Teachers 3 and 10 value the importance of reflection in class for the students to see how a certain value affects their personal life and their relationship with the Lord. Teacher 8 stated, I am asking questions about a verse or some experiences related to it. The results of the analysis of the syllabi showed that interrelational method was the topmost present in the syllabi because it is imperative that teachers should show variation of strategies for individual and group works. Tactical was the second most present in the syllabi because the philosophy, mission, vision, institutional outcomes, and course outcomes are already part of the template of syllabus formulation and is a must that these core values are discussed on the first meeting. Valuative was the third most present in the syllabi because as a faith-based institution, the university has to remind in print and oral the values being upheld by good Christians. On the other hand, ornamental method is rarely seen in the syllabi because they are decorations used in the classroom and the campus. Environmental method is not apparent in the syllabi because it is part of the hidden curriculum. More so, analogous and narrative methods are also not usually present in the syllabi because they are more justified in the discussion and/or presentation of topics.
Okay, my friends have wrote their part. And now my part is conclusion. There are 12 methods to integrate faith and learning, and uh, we can uh, we can categorize into four big strategy consisting of contextual, illustrative, conceptual, and experiential. So, the teachers are not fully aware of all the strategies and methods of integration, faith, and learning. Why? Because the teacher is not fully aware of the strategies that must be used in the learning system, where they only focuses on strategy or method they use, but basically it must have been variance in the learning process. The Taylor's model shows that integration, faith, and learning is not limited to the use of the Bible verse and prayer. That's right, because there are many ways that can be done by the teacher inside implementing faith and learning. An example, we can look the behavior or character of a teacher every day. Now we are going to the recommendation. Recommendation is needs assessment be done to evaluate the awareness of undergraduate teachers about integration, faith, and learning. There may have been an evaluation, but it needs to be improved again. Which evaluation were made for increased awareness of teacher insight, integrate faith and learning process in the classroom. The last recommendation, how to equip undergraduate teachers through capability building program by way of organizing or including in capability building programs, maybe through a workshop, seminar, something like that. That an additional program, it will be able to provide new insight for each teacher. So the teacher know how we can implement the integration, faith, and learning in the classroom. Thank you.